If you are named as the executor of the estate for a friend or a loved one, it means that someone has trusted you with some of the most important details of their life, at the end of their life. So it's without question an important responsibility, but it can also be daunting. You probably haven't done this before, and knowing where to start and what is required of you can feel overwhelming. But if you have a better understanding of what's involved right from the start and where you can get help, you can save yourself some time and feel more confident along the way. Did you know that acting as an executor can involve as many as 70 separate tasks over an average of 18 months? If not, you're not alone. In a recent survey, less than 10% of Canadians who agreed to be an executor were actually aware of the extent of their duties. So it's important to make sure you know all that is involved and that you are comfortable and able to act as an executor. If not, there are more options you may wish to consider. Okay, so what does an executor do? Some of the initial responsibilities are finding and, if necessary, probating the will. You will want to ensure you are in fact dealing with the most recent and legally valid will and confirm your status as the executor. In order to do this, the will may need to be probated. Probate is the process by which the court acknowledges that the will that has been provided is the last valid will of the deceased. The court also confirms the identity and authority of the named executor, making funeral arrangements that respect the wishes of the deceased. This is one of the first orders of business. When it comes to paying for funeral costs, find out if they have been prepaid. If not, and they need to be paid from the deceased funds, financial institutions generally will pay a reasonable funeral bill to the funeral home with proper documentation. And, to avoid delays later on, it's a good idea to request several original death certificates up front from the funeral home to use in dealings with banks, insurance companies, governments, and other institutions. Securing the assets and protecting their value. This includes notifying financial institutions who will take steps such as canceling credit cards and designating the funds held in bank accounts or investments as estate funds. When funds are designated as estate funds, it ensures there is no unauthorized access to these funds. Make sure you contact insurance providers right away. It's important that home and auto coverage continues while you deal with these assets, especially if the home is vacant or the car is being driven. Other key tasks for the executor include paying outstanding debts and taxes, filing required tax returns, preparing a final accounting for the beneficiaries and distributing assets to them. And remember, what sometimes makes the job of an executor so hard is the fact that you may be taking it on at a very difficult time. But I hope that by knowing a few of your responsibilities, as well as some of the more important steps you'll need to take, you'll feel better prepared to manage your loved one's estate with the care it deserves. For a more thorough understanding of all the steps required, make sure you download the Executor Kit shown at the end of this video.